decided to start a new life without you. Gregory, my husband of 28 years, announced this at our daughter Amelia's college graduation celebration. The restaurant fell silent. Everyone expected me to break down. Instead, I smiled. Congratulations on your honesty. I'm Bianca Caldwell, 54. For too long, I'd been the devoted wife and mother, putting my career dreams on hold for Gregory's ever-changing ambitions. Amelia, my brilliant daughter, sat beside me horrified. I saw Cassandra Wells, Gregory's younger girlfriend, squirming at a back table with friends who'd known about the affair but kept silent. With practiced calm, I placed a cream-colored envelope beside Gregory's plate. Something for you to read later. I kissed Amelia's pale cheek. This day is still about your accomplishment. Then I stood, smoothed my dress, and told our stunned guests to enjoy their meal. Head held high, I walked out, leaving Gregory's frantic shouts behind. The envelope contained the start of my meticulously planned revenge. I was the practical one. While Gregory chased fleeting passions, I secured our family's finances. I saved for Amelia's education, managed our accounts, and worked extra hours when his midlife crises led to bad investments. My dream of opening a financial consultancy for women always came second. 3 months ago, I found discrepancies in our joint accounts, small transfers to an unrecognized account. My intuition, or perhaps the growing distance between us, stopped me from confronting him. Instead, I investigated. What I found was worse. Gregory had systematically moved funds for over a year, taking Cassandra to expensive places, buying her jewelry, and even looking at beachfront property, all while telling me we needed to tighten our belts. Then I found his phone unlocked, filled with texts about their new life and how he was finally breaking free, even planning his public announcement for the day after Amelia's graduation. Gregory forgot I'd been a financial professional for 30 years. I understood money trails and asset tracing. Crucially, I remembered the prenuptial agreement we signed 28 years ago, ironically at his insistence. It contained a fidelity clause that would now be his undoing. While he plotted, I built my case. I consulted attorneys, documented every hidden transfer, gathered affair evidence, and prepared divorce papers. I timed everything perfectly. He expected to ruin Amelia's day with his announcement. He didn't expect me to serve him the papers that morning, still hidden in court records. I was always 3 steps ahead. Instead of returning to the restaurant, I drove home. Gregory had already promised our house to Cassandra, according to texts I'd seen. In our master bedroom closet, his bags were packed, ready for his planned departure. He was predictable. My phone buzzed with worried messages. I only replied to Amelia. I'm okay. This isn't your burden. Enjoy your graduation. Love you. I protected her from this drama for months. 3 hours later, Gregory stormed in, clutching the envelope. What is the meaning of this? You served me with divorce papers today of all days. I thought it aligned nicely with your plans, I said calmly. You wanted a new life. I'm facilitating the transition. The prenup expired years ago, he smugly declared. Actually, it didn't, I countered, showing him the specific clause about its duration through any legal proceedings. The color drained from his face. The very document he'd insisted on to protect his wealth would now cost him everything. The house, the vacation property, his retirement. His grand gesture was now the most expensive announcement of his life. You can't do this to me, he mumbled. We built this life and you chose to end it, I stated. He tried to appeal to our 28 years of history. Our history meant everything to me. That's why your betrayal hurt so deeply. When he suggested fixing things, I played a recording from his phone. After the graduation, I'll tell her it's over. A public setting is better. She won't make a scene in front of everyone. Then Cassandra's voice. And she has no idea about the money? Gregory again. None. Bianca trusts me completely. That's her weakness. He went pale. You recorded our conversations? That's illegal. Not in Georgia with one party's consent, I calmly explained. And not when it's in your own home. I didn't record your private moments with Cassandra. Just your plans to defraud me. He scrambled to make calls. I'll be staying at Diana's tonight. Diana's? My sister's house. She's quite upset with you, I said. She spotted you and Cassandra last Christmas. You promised her it was nothing. When she realized you hadn't ended it, she came to me. He hadn't anticipated Diana siding with me. Everyone's betraying me, he muttered. Ironic, isn't it? I replied. You have until tomorrow evening to remove your things, I informed him. After that, the locks will be changed. As I left, he asked about Amelia. Don't you dare use our daughter as a shield, Gregory, I snapped, anger finally showing. You weren't thinking about her planning your new beachfront life with Cassandra. His phone buzzed again. Cassandra. She's moved into the apartment already, he groaned. You might want to check with the leasing office, I said. That application was flagged for credit issues and never completed. I handled it myself. I walked out, leaving him to face the unraveling of his perfect plan. At my sister Diana's bungalow, Amelia soon joined us, still in her graduation dress, tears smudging her makeup. Why didn't you tell me? She cried. I explained I didn't want to ruin her semester. Dad took care of ruining it anyway, she said bitterly. I showed them a text from my attorney. Accounts frozen, emergency filing approved. Good, Amelia said. He deserves it. The doorbell rang. Diana returned with Gregory and Cassandra. Cassandra looked uncomfortable, Gregory furious. Bianca, stop this insanity. Unfreeze the accounts. Amelia stepped forward. Maybe you should have been reasonable before announcing you were leaving, Mom. Gregory tried to dismiss her, but Amelia wasn't backing down. You blew up our family on my graduation day, and it doesn't involve me? Cassandra tried to intervene. Greg, maybe we should go. He shook her off. Diana folded her arms. My sister-in-law seems to be the only rational person here, Gregory. You created this mess. I stayed seated. The accounts remain frozen until the preliminary hearing in 3 days. 3 days? What am I supposed to do? You have your personal account, I reminded him. Cassandra's head whipped towards him. He hadn't told her about his hidden funds. This is vindictive, Bianca, he accused. This isn't like you. Perhaps you never really knew me, I replied. Just as I apparently never really knew you. Amelia turned to Cassandra. Did you know he was going to announce it like that? Cassandra had the decency to look ashamed. I thought he'd talk to your mother privately. Gregory shot her a betrayed look. Their united front was crumbling. I think you both should leave, Diana said firmly. You've upset Amelia enough. Gregory pleaded with Amelia, claiming relationships change. My daughter's face hardened. What I understand is that you're a coward who couldn't even give Mom the dignity of a private conversation. What I understand is that you were stealing from our family while I was working 2 jobs because you said money was tight. Please leave, Dad, Amelia cut him off. I can't look at you right now. The silence was deafening. Finally, Gregory turned to go, Cassandra trailing behind. At the door, he looked back at me. This isn't over, Bianca. I'll fight you. You're welcome to try, I said steadily. After they left, Amelia collapsed on the sofa crying. I've never talked to Dad like that. Sometimes standing up for what's right is painful, I told her. Diana brought fresh wine. To new beginnings, she said, raising her glass. This ending was just the beginning. The preliminary hearing was on a rainy Tuesday. Gregory arrived with a hastily retained corporate lawyer, not a family law specialist, another consequence of his rush planning. The judge, an older woman, reviewed the prenuptial agreement. This document appears to be in order. Do you contest its validity? Gregory's lawyer argued it expired. Section 18 clearly states the duration is for the term of the marriage plus any legal proceedings, the judge read aloud. There is no expiration date. She continued, evidence of systematic fund transfers appears to violate financial disclosure requirements in Section 23. She ruled to maintain the freeze on joint accounts and for me to retain the house as stipulated by the infidelity clause. This is outrageous, Gregory muttered. Mr. Caldwell, the judge sternly replied, I suggest you review the agreement you sign more carefully. The court would reconvene in 30 days. In the hallway, Gregory caught up to me. Bianca, please, we need to talk reasonably. 28 years has to count for something. It counted for everything, I replied. Until you decided it didn't. I walked away, leaving him to face the consequences. Word spread. Friends called. I maintained a dignified silence, simply stating we were separating. Gregory's facade crumbled. The financial freeze meant failed promises to Cassandra. 2 weeks later, Diana called amused. Cassandra moved out. She found out his business isn't doing as well. He was always good at illusions. Meanwhile, I was rebuilding. My separate funds gave me freedom. I rented an office downtown and opened Caldwell Financial Transitions, the consultancy I dreamed of. My first clients were women going through divorces. The work was immediately fulfilling. Amelia, now working in Charleston, called often. "I'm so proud of you, Mom. You're helping people during their worst moments." "I'm just doing what I wish someone had done for me earlier," I replied. Being needed for my expertise, not just caregiving, was empowering. The final divorce hearing fell on what would have been our 29th anniversary. Gregory looked haggard. His business was failing. Cassandra was gone, dating someone new. Most mutual friends had distanced themselves. The judge upheld the prenuptial agreement entirely. Gregory left with only his personal possessions, his struggling business, and barely enough from his private account to rent an apartment. I retained our home, my retirement accounts, and 70% of our joint investments, as the fidelity clause stipulated. The justice was poetic. The very document Gregory insisted upon became his downfall. As we left, Gregory approached me one last time. "I made a terrible mistake. Is there any chance we could?" "No," I interrupted, gentle but firm. "That door is closed." "I understand," he replied. For once I believed him. "I hope you find happiness, Bianca. You deserve it." 6 months later, Caldwell Financial Transitions was thriving. I had a larger office and 2 associates, helping women secure their financial futures. Amelia visited often, proud of what I'd built. "You know what's ironic?" she said. "If Dad had just been honest from the beginning, he might have kept half of everything." "Sometimes people can't see beyond what they want in the moment," I replied. The woman who had once defined herself as Gregory's wife and Amelia's mother had discovered a new identity: mentor, business owner, advocate. The envelope I handed Gregory hadn't just been my escape plan. It was the key to a door I never knew existed. Behind it, I found not just revenge but reinvention. In securing my financial future, I had reclaimed something far more valuable: myself.